right. Good night, everyone. Good night, everyone. Welcome to the Keep the Brook Flag Flying High podcast. I am your host, Kwan. I have my boys here with me tonight, as usual. Brandon,
Good night, everyone.
Val.
Good night, everyone.
So, guys, it's the international break. It's basically almost done. So, I know we had a little week off because of the international break, but we back and we're gonna hit you all with some Chelsea stuff, and yeah, we go from there. So, Brandon, the game, you go start you off with that. So let me just pull up the game there for you to see, so they go see the points.
Yeah, right. So for anyone who is joining us for this pod and hasn't listened to any of them before, this is basically our version of the bonus points system in FPL. So what we do is that we decide together every week which player we think was the man of the match, and we give them 3 points. And then we have the second and third best performers getting 2 points and 1 point each. And then we also have polls that we do on our social media to award somebody an extra point. So as you can see, we have, that's actually not the correct order, because Fofana actually ended up with man of the match this week, plus an extra point, and he had a point from before. So Fofana is actually on top of this list with 5 points. I don't know if anybody.
He is?
He had a point
he
is. He had a point before.
Yes, he is. Yeah. My bad.
So Fofana is on top with 5. Then we have Lavia with 4 and Madueke with 4 as well. So I just want to ask, before we go on further, what do y'all think about the top 3? I mean, I don't think anybody had Lavia, Fofana, and Madueke being the top 3 performers after 3 games.
No way, bro. No way. That's had me shocked.
Val, what are you thinking?
Yeah.
I ain't too shocked with Lavia because he was our best player in preseason. Also, Madueke was, I think, one of our best attackers in preseason as well. But yeah, we expected obviously Palmer to be leading this chart. But we'll see in the coming weeks how it goes.
Yeah, it's also nice again, we're looking at it, and we have 6, we have 8, we have 3 games that we've played so far, a possible 9 players could have been on this list, and we have 8 already, and I think that's very interesting to see, because we have good performers every week and different players stepping up at different times.
Yeah. So that's it for the game there. All right, so let's get this off the screen, and we're gonna start up with the Crystal Palace game. So you all know Val is normally handle it. So Val, sorry, what is going on with me tonight? Crystal Palace. How was the game? How was the game?
I think it was a game of 2 halves, right? I think all of us, we were watching the first half thinking we would have kicked on and secure a victory, right? We were very dominant in that first half. We saw a lot of unique tactics being deployed in that first half. I think that's more testament to Maresca being able to just switch it up, because again, I like to go back to this. A lot of Leicester fans sort of said he only has a plan A, right? And a lot of us Chelsea fans kind of gobble that up and was so confused, and basically he was unsure about Maresca. Right? Yeah, he still have a lot of questions to answer, but at least he is still very versatile. He's still trying new things, and he's not playing the same way, right? I think in each of these 3 games, we saw something different, right? So in the first half, we saw Palace pressing with 3 attackers and 2 midfielders. So to combat that, he dropped Caicedo into a central centre-back position. That was very unique. We never saw that before. So we saw Caicedo actually dropping, receiving the ball and passing through the lines, right? So with Caicedo dropping in, we saw Fofana pushing into that kind of right-back position, which allowed Gusto to push up in that right centre mid position, right? We had Enzo on the left and we had Palmer in the middle. Right, Parma had a very unique role this match. Right, I know some people probably didn't think he played as well. Others might disagree. I'm in between, right? But he was tasked with drifting in between that five players that Palace had, the three attackers and two midfielders. He constantly drift in between those five players and receive the ball. But once he received it, he didn't really stick on the ball. He tried to pass it off quickly or turn, dribble out of pressure and progress the ball. Once we had that, it was able to have that six. We had six players over there, five. So we had an overload. And we know Maresca loves to have that positional superiority, but also having more players in that middle area as well. So Palmer was able to play in the defensive too, but also because of his ability to just drift, he was able to drift into the attacking third as well, right? So in that first half, we saw that a lot. Palmer jumping in, receiving the ball, and passing it out of pressure. So we were able to really get in between Palace as quickly as possible, right? With Caicedo at centre back, we really saw those progressive passes. Also with Colwell, I really loving Colwell so far for this season. Right, he and Fofana has been very impressive. Colwell with his passing, Fofana with his carrying. We saw a lot of carrying this match from Fofana, and he probably even created a good couple of chances with his progressive carries. Right, so all in all, we saw some great football in the first half. Right, we saw some chances from Jackson, Madueke. He had a good couple chances to bury it. And after that hat trick, we actually thought he probably would have scored at least two of those chances that he had, right? Unfortunately, it wasn't his day, right? In the second half, that's where Palace kind of wisen up and they played a more defensive football, right? I think that their goal was still like an element of luck, right? Because the ball like ricocheted out to Eze, who really gave a great shot. I still kind of iffy on Sanchez. I think he probably could have still did a bit better for that goal, right? And I think we need to talk about Sanchez a bit more. But all in all, a decent performance. I was disappointed with the draw, but we move.
Yeah, yeah. Boy, that game. Let me tell you about that game, eh? That game was we were supposed to win that game. Maresca coach a win. Um, I think I think I don't know if you all think the same. I think the ref was against us a bit because Palace was supposed to be down to 10 men.
Bro
Will
Kamada
Hughes,
make 4 fouls
yeah,
and
and
then
got
we
no
attack
yellow card. Yeah,
and
crazy man.
Neto get a yellow after his first foul.
Yeah, yeah, and Will Hughes, he was supposed to be sent off. He was supposed to get red.
Yeah, he's supposed to be off.
Yeah, and I was like, well, what going on in this game? You on a yellow, you foul 2 3 times after that, and still on the field, and
And they hook him
and
1 minute after.
yeah, because then next time he foul again, that would have been it. Because he get lucky. Them was supposed to be down to 10, and we were supposed to win that game. But as how football goes, as how football goes. But we didn't look too bad. It's a game that we should have won. Just didn't happen. Just happened that we didn't win. So it goes. Um, as Val said, Colwell has been looking really impressive. Madueke this game, he wasn't his usual self, but not too bad. Same thing with Neto, not too bad. Fofana had a good game. Jackson and well Sanchez. I'll say, we are talking more about him, but Sanchez is Sanchez, bro. We know he not good. We know he not good. You understand? Yeah, he'll give it the little passes once in a while, but we know he not good. And I don't know why the club. I mean, they paid 25 million for him just last season, so that's probably why they want to still want to keep him around and whatever. But Bankley, he not good enough, boy. And I don't see more Jorgensen to know if he could take Sanchez place. So all in all, we got a draw. And yeah, Brandon, well, before we move on, we could probably pop the little passing map and thing. watch his passing map, right? Why Jackson? We're gonna Jackson on top day.
Jackson. Jackson not even involved in any league link up. He just
No,
there. He was existed.
yeah, he's existing. We're gonna
The one of the things I wanted to talk about with respect to the first three games, especially, is that I've noticed that whenever we attack with the four forward thinking players, and we all move together, almost synchronized. I think that's something we will see a lot of during the season. They all know that how they need to move with each other. I think that's very important, and I also seeing that from the subs as well. So you could see that Maresca is really trying different things. And again, this is what I brought up in the last episode as well. You could see that this is not the chart that we had in the previous game or the game before that. This is something that we did differently again. So what we are experiencing here is the every single aspect of Maresca's coaching. And we in the first three games we had a loss, we had a win, and we had a draw. So we have gone through the entire Maresca cycle, if you ask me. I don't think there's anything left for us to wonder about apart from if we win games or not. But I think there's a lot of positives looking at this. And when you look at I mean Jackson not being involved in the play is a bit of a concern, but he got himself on the score sheet, and I mean that's all we can really ask of him. Again, in the next game, it's not going to be like this, and that would be the most interesting thing.
yeah, yeah. So yeah. You say everything you had to say there. You're right, and we saw what we need to see from Maresca, or we kind of see different things from him. As I said, that game was supposed to be a win. Um, yeah, not much we could talk about in our Palace game.
I must say though, I was disappointed with the substitutions, especially taking so long to bring on Nkunku, and when you brought him on, you
Yeah,
put him at the right wing. Like that was real
yeah,
disappointing.
yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree too. Because you could have seen that we know we needed a injection off the bench, an injection of something off the bench, and you really take too long to make the subs. Probably thinking, these guys play Tuesday, um, so let me give them a little more rest and bring them on a little later if we really need them. But who knows? If probably if Nkunku came on earlier, he probably could have affected the game or affected the game at all. Um, Mujek came on and he didn't look too bad either. I don't know
I
if you
thought he was pretty
realized.
good. I thought he
Yeah,
came on and looked pretty good.
and he sent a nice
Yeah,
ball for
get a
Jackson.
chance. Yeah, get one
Yeah,
chance wasn't bad.
but Jackson again. But yeah. So there's not much we could talk about this game again. To be honest, it was a draw. That was it. You know, but encouraging signs. So yeah. So we have a new signing. We didn't get to talk about him between now and last time we recorded because he keep on deadline day. So you don't think I guess who this?
Jadon Sancho.
Yeah, so Jadon Sancho, not Brent Sancho, right? Trinidadian fans. Uh, yeah, so Jadon Sancho came on a loan with an obligation to buy. Well, no, it's an option to buy, and I think the option is
35.
somewhere around there. I think it's less than that, Brandon. I think it's 25.
It's not
It's
35.
And
I'll check it. I'll
no,
check
it's
it.
20 something.
Oh,
yeah,
It's
okay,
22 or something,
yeah,
25. Yeah.
and then they say once we finish in the top 14, we had to buy him.
I
yeah,
know. See,
20 to 25 million.
I
Yeah.
never see that nowhere. That 14 place. Where you saw that one? I saw obligation.
I saw option, and I can't remember who
Oh,
put it.
I see an obligation here. No.
Yeah, Fabrizio. I know
Serious?
what I was saying.
Yeah,
Obligation.
the deal includes an obligation for Chelsea to sign the England international for between 20 to 25 million next summer,
Mm-hmm.
Well,
which is
yeah, well, all right, well, cool. Let's have if the obligation is obligation. I mean, even if it's an option, to be honest, we finishing in top 14. If you finish in top 14, something wrong. So he's a Chelsea player regardless, right? So yeah, so but as I was telling you all in the group, I think if Sancho could we could see the level that he showed when he was first at Dortmund, I think he would be our best winger. I don't know well you all never really give me all your full opinions on that.
Val, you wanna go quick?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I am. I agree with check one. But it really depends on how Maresca sets up the team, right? Because we all know that he is not a 1v1 winger, right? He tries on combination plays, also drifting into the midfield, right? Creating with his carries, etc. So just to make sure that he's playing him in a position where you see the best out of him. And we know that once he plays and he is able to link up with Palmer and Kunku, I know we're going to see some beautiful football. I think him being a Chelsea fan and hopefully wanting to make something of himself, right? Because at the end of the day, him and Felix, like I want to say it's their last opportunity, but they're reaching the age where people wouldn't take them seriously anymore if they don't like do something or succeed at this club, right? So I think they need to take this opportunity and really grab it and go out there and do their best. So I think he will come good, right? That is the hope, right? Maresca just needs to know how to play him. I think off the right, we may see the best of him. I think he and Madueke could compete at that on that right hand side, right? With Palmer in the central positions. So again, we saw that chemistry that Palmer had with Madueke playing close to him at times and just linking up. So hopefully we could see something similar with Sancho. And yeah, let's see some assists and goals. I think he can easily get 20 goal contributions once he comes good.
So before Brandon talks gives his opinion, so your boy Maresca actually did say he is a player who's good at in 1v1s. He actually did say that this week, right? Just the other day actually. So we will see. And Val Sancho is actually better off the left. So I could see more fighting with what's his name? With
Neto?
Mudrick. And then Neto is also better off the right. So who knows it might be Sancho on the left, Madueke and Neto fighting for the right. And well, Palmer, he's putting his central of the pitch.
I
And
think
if
that
he
debatable though.
and
Like both
if
ways, I think it's debatable.
it is, but um a lot of reports and journalists says that, well, I know Sancho said in the media that he prefers the left. He does play left better on the left, although he did play a lot more on the right there for Dortmund. But and then the same thing with Neto. They say Neto is better on the right. So I'm not too sure. We'll see how it goes as the season progresses. But if it's really Sancho on the left, then he will more than beat out Mudryk for the spot. So as I say, we'll see how it goes as the season goes on, and I like to see and I like to see plenty from him, and I know he have a point to prove. He gonna come out saying, "Hey, man, you all your is garbage. I gonna show that I real bad." So Brandon, what's your opinion on this guy?
Well, I'm kind of glad Val brought up the point about him and Felix because I also feel that way. I feel that this is their opportunity for a redemption a bit. I feel Sancho has gone through a very up and down last year and a half, and I think you could say the same for Felix. But in terms of him coming into the team, like you all have said, he can play. Well, Val said he will play off the right. You say you play off the left, and I also think he can play through the middle. And I think that's also something that we could be positive about. The fact that he gives us a lot more versatility if we ever need it. You never know what could happen throughout the season, so it's good to have a player like that. I also think that the obligation to buy and the price is very good because you're potentially getting a player which is worth way more than that once he does come good. But that in itself is the big question. I'm not 100% sure, or I'm not 50% sure if Sancho is going to live up to what we want him to be. Um, I think he's proven that he plays well in the Bundesliga and has not shown it yet in the Premier League. But if it is one thing that I will say, and it will be a positive for him, I think like Maresca has us playing attacking wise. I think he has us playing similar to some Bundesliga teams in the way that we attack as a four going forward and the combinations that we're trying to get together. So you never know; it could work out. I hope it works out because he's our player. So yeah, I mean, I just hope for at this point. I hope he doesn't, pull off any of his antics. But I had to be hopeful. I hope it works out because he's a good player. It's just that we need to see it.
Yeah, he is a good player. And I mean, I know he likes to drift a lot to the center of the pitch, and as Brandon mentioned, with you can see him through the center. So we could see how that goes. Because I know he's not really a touchline winger, but I have a lot of hope for him because I know he is deep down he is a good player. We saw it in Dortmund, we saw it in the Bundesliga. He was reaching some high levels of well, although it was just Bundesliga, but still. And in last season in Champions League, he was still not too bad. He went all the way to the Champions League finals with Dortmund. Didn't win it, but at least he was there and he played. He played for the majority of the second half of the season when he went on loan to Dortmund.
Mhm.
So it could Manu could just be the blight in the man career, to be honest, because I think it was all a mental thing, with him in Manu. And then he had this little fight with Ten Hag, who's a fraud. So all in all, like, you never know, he might come good for Chelsea, and we got a really good player for next or nothing.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. Cause but Chelsea really like these Man City youths, boy. Jeez, I need just.
Well, if you look across the league, some of those Man City youths are doing very well.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, yeah, you're right. Rogers, we have
Yeah,
lad there
Rogers,
who's doing
Palmer.
well. Palmer, Foden, So yeah, it they, I think less like us, they have one of the best teams in the country in England. So they will have good youths coming out of their academy. So yeah, so because of all that, we got a good player. Hopefully he comes good, and hopefully we see him this weekend against Bournemouth. What you all say?
Possible, you never know.
Yeah, because I
He can
mean
make a substitute appearance.
he didn't get called up for England as
Hmm.
expected, and he trained whole of last week, whole of this week. Well, the weekend done, but you know what I mean. And you should I expect seeing him off the bench. The game is Saturday morning at 3 o'clock. Saturday afternoon, sorry, at 3 o'clock. So who knows? You might see him off the bench.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, you never know.
Never.
So we'll be moving on to the Bournemouth game. So Brandon, who may I hear your lineup for this Bournemouth game here?
I just had to confirm something. Reese is not fit, right?
Nope, Reece is not fit.
Right.
Neither is Lavia.
And Gusto is fit though, right?
We're not sure yet. We had to wait till Friday to
Okay. Well,
to find out.
I'll start off in goal because I think it's going to be Sanchez, no matter how much I would like to see Jorgensen be given a try.
True.
If Gusto is not available, I think it would be a good opportunity to give Acheampong his first game of the
You think
season.
you really think that gonna happen?
No, but I mean, I think it would be good. Better than seeing this Sassy at right back. I'll tell you that. Colwell and Fofana, I think we all agree that is the way it's going to be. Cucurella is going to be there. Enzo Caicedo, I think the team really picks itself. Enzo
Yeah,
Caicedo
yeah.
in the middle, Palmer and Jackson up top. I'm pretty sure Madueke will be off the right because he was got his England call up this week and
And assisted.
and his sister. He did pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe Neto also played for Portugal this week. I
Yeah, he
believe.
did. He did. He did.
Yeah. So yeah, I think the team picks itself really.
Yeah.
It's just that I don't. Bournemouth are not going to be the easiest of opponents, so we need to be a little wary of that. And I think we could definitely get past them. I don't think they've looked that great this season. I mean, I know they had that wicked comeback against Everton um, in the last game,
Yeah.
which I don't think anybody saw coming.
Nope.
But I think we can do really well against Bournemouth, and hopefully we come away with 3 points.
Well, yeah, I expecting 3 points too, and well, they're gonna be weaker in goal for sure because Neto left, and Neto's replacement is Kepa, who cannot play against us because he's on loan.
Oh yeah, that's true. So who keep in for them?
Mark Travers will be the goalkeeper in goal,
Well, I hope we give him some shots from everywhere. I
and
really hope so.
I don't know the last time Travers played for Bournemouth was last season. He played a couple of games. He actually didn't do bad. He kept some clean sheets, but yeah, I ain't expecting no I expecting to keep no clean sheet this game. Bournemouth who's on Bournemouth home?
Yeah, Bournemouth playing at home. Yeah.
Yeah. So Val, I know you might say the same thing with the same lineup. Or what about you with this lineup? You agree with that lineup going forward? What
Yeah,
for Saturday?
yeah, I don't mind that lineup at all. I actually don't mind seeing Nkunku on top, seeing how he links up with Palmer.
Yeah,
Give
that'll be
Jackson
interesting.
a
Yeah.
little, yeah, give Jackson a little rest, then come off the bench.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, because I don't think we saw Palmer playing like behind Nkunku for the season, right?
No,
I
no,
don't think we saw that.
No.
Yeah,
no.
so I think it'll be interesting to see that, and I think this is a good match for that to come out. Because if that combination works, where we could see some rotation between Nkunku and Palmer, because we know Palmer could play this false nine role. It's not his best position, right? But he can easily occupy some defenders while Nkunku drifts into the midfield and just cause that kind of confusion for the opposition. So I think like games like this, like we saw the heat map or the pass map for the previous game, right? And Jackson was isolated a lot. I think having two players who floats around as much as Palmer and Nkunku does could cause some disruption for the defenders. May have to come out, probably confuse who to mark with Neto and Nani running in behind. I think we could cause a lot of confusion. So I want to see that. I actually want to see Nkunku and Palmer playing close to each other, and Neto and Nani on the wings, given that 1v1 threat. So yeah, that's my lineup. I don't mind that
Yeah,
Champong,
yeah.
and yeah,
I don't mind
Caicedo
seeing
Enzo
it.
picks itself.
I don't mind seeing it either. But I as if he will start net in Kunku. And I think Palmer had a slight injury. Hopefully he gets over that. Because if he I know he in training, but how it is sometimes, especially as how he's been. He has been actually we didn't even mention this. He's been actually left out of the conference league squad. Him, Lavia, and Fofana. Right? That was something that we didn't talk about in the last because we didn't know. When he come out after that.
Mm-hmm.
So they all trained, but all been left out of the squad because of they say load balancing. Um, I saw some journalists say and some pundits say that it's mad disrespectful to the conference league that we leave out our best player.
But don't worry, they will just see him in the next stage. That's all.
Yeah, I think we should be able to bring him back in the next stage. To be honest, because I think
Mm-hmm.
once January starts, I think you could bring in new players, especially because of transfers and whatnot.
Mhm.
So yeah, so but it was mad disrespectful because like oh gosh.
I think so. Who want Palmer traveling to wherever?
No,
Uzbekistan. Nobody wants that.
we don't, but
Yeah,
it kind of disrespectful to the other teams now.
nah. Because dog, I remember in Europa when we was in the group stage, I don't think Hazard even play a match, if I recall correctly, and he came out in the knockout and came out banging. I think I expecting to see something similar because reality is if we prioritize our competitions this season, we will all say Premier League is number one,
Mm-hmm.
probably FA Cup, and then I
Mm-hmm.
throw up between Conference and Carabao. So why would you play your best player in like the third or fourth tier competition that you're in? I think the
Mm.
first two competitions should be for our best players and the players so in and around the first team, and the third and fourth competition should be for the bench players or the players who have a point to prove. So like a Kani run out himself. You
Yeah, well,
understand?
can he have to play because what the hell? You just you keep canning and ain't playing man at all.
Right.
Play, gotta play my
So
player boy.
so I think it was your decision. Let me get a rest. And let him be fit for the Premier League. So I agree with the decision.
Yeah, and yeah, so far you're right. Because I look into the games here from that season, and Hazard already hasn't played. He didn't start none of the games. It was Hudson Odoi and Giroud and Willian and Pedro and them fellas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you're right. I mean, it's easy games. So well, it's easy games on paper.
Relatively, yeah.
Yeah, Chelsea
Because we
like to
thought
make things
Servette
hard.
was easy, yeah.
Yeah, they would like to make things hard. Like it's all Tottenham like to make things hard. We like to make things hard too. They
Yeah.
will there's new Chelsea. Oh no, he actually play. He actually play in a group stage game. Wrong four.
Come off the bench or start.
Nice start, but
Yeah.
I
I,
mean, regardless of it, and then the team was kind of aging at that point too. So
yeah, not only four
What
games
what
like with the
what match?
important
Yeah,
games
I was not gonna say
to
that was probably the
solidify.
confirmed that we qualify in
Yeah,
the next round.
I
no,
think so.
that was wrong four. So wrong
Yeah,
because
to the wrong for us normally be
you're right.
like let me
It could
say
be
we reach the 12 points. We know
because
that we're going through for sure.
we finished the group on 16 points. We draw one game. Yeah, right, yeah, right. Because yeah, more than right. Yeah, so look, I can remember that those group stage games. Cause I watching that team we play here and I was like, who's them by? Yeah, if I'm hungry, I can remember playing them. I probably didn't watch them games because it like whatever.
That
Because
game,
I
that's the game Hudson score. I think it's that game Hudson score.
dog
That team playing like blue.
the side name is Fehevar or something like that. I don't really hear as them.
Who's scoring that match?
Who's going that much?
Ruben or
I don't want to check back to see. Hold on, I don't want to find that much, and I will tell you who's scoring that much. Where that game going by? That game finished 2 all kind of thing. Yes, now Willian and Drew scoring that game.
Gio. Yeah, Gio
mm.
get on that competition, but I ain't gonna lie, boy.
Yeah, dog, I can't remember that much. Cause like Ampo, this score own goal in that match all kind of thing.
And Purdue, boy, that was my boy, man.
everybody done that.
Yeah, but so it goes with the Palmer getting leave out, but I mean it might be free better because this season we needed by because them Thursday games and then the games come around Sunday quick or even on Monday. Yeah, we need a fit team, especially if we pushing for top four, we need a more than fit team. Um, but those are games where um like Sancho if he starting in the Prem could play and Mudrik and them kind of fellas. But I shouldn't say Sancho, but Mudrik now. And if we keep this guy because I think it kind of led for him to leave now. What's his name? Dacho Fofana. I think tomorrow is
Mhm.
the last team the last league um deadline day. I think it's the Greece league, and he was going, and the deal kind of hit a snag right now. So if he stay, I don't mind. I don't mind him getting some minutes in conference league. Or I don't know if they could push him in the team now, because if it's one thing
I
before
doubt.
before we finish up before we finish up the pod, we don't have much to talk about again. If it's one thing we mess up the young man career, because we buy
Early
the
days
man.
still, man. Early days still. The
It true.
man,
It is early,
yeah.
but
Our strikers has
we
peaked
buy the
in
man.
late.
We buy the man. We keep him around for the first time, the first half a season. He was there for Mola. Loan him out. Didn't have a good loan. Loan him out again. Didn't have a good was right in the building, and now boom, you wanna sell the man. You understand? Just so you give the man a chance, the man could have playing somewhere. He could have been building up himself. You just throw off the man by what 2 years, you know. So I mean, it didn't really mess up his career, but you cannot throw off the man a bit. And sometimes once you get thrown off a bit, it's sometimes be hard to get back on the saddle and find your path. So hopefully he eventually does leave Chelsea and find somewhere he could settle along and build himself, because he's a good striker, right? I don't know why they don't want to give him a chance. I really don't know.
Yeah,
So
I agree. Hopefully we could get rid of. It's something bad, but not get rid of. But hopefully we could find a home for him, Cassidy, probably Chukwemeka, and these guys.
yeah, brother,
Eventually, one
Chukwemeka
of
staying, brother.
no,
Let
but
me
come
tell
on,
you.
be real. Like I looking at the squad, bro, on 2025 with a Shavara and Kenji coming in. We have a serious overload. I
We
think one
do,
of
but
Madueke and Mudryk had to leave first of all, and really and truly, I think Kani gone to make
brother,
room for Kenji.
them fellas are the come and fight for the spot. Them fellas playing inferior league. They not come and fight for
Me,
the
I
spot
not gonna lie,
first.
but money spent and there's this
True, you're
so-called
right.
dog. That's like Real saying, "Hey, the dog, Real is model it like how Real model it, right? Reality is Real is the best club in the
Yeah,
world right now, and they know how to ship off men when they need to ship them off, like so Varane, Casemiro, etc., to make room for the up and coming men. And I think we need to learn from that, or else we're gonna be in the same position as Dacho right now. You understand? So we need to
well,
fight the fighting, but we still can't have too many players, especially relatively young players in the same position.
Did always know how to get rid of them, because Spy was still playing for Real Madrid.
Fair enough, but still, it's like they still doing a way better job than what we're doing right now. And
Yeah,
you will still
but
see the age difference too. Like
yeah, I still think Val. I still think these guys need to come and fight for the spot, regardless
nobody
of
say
okay,
no. Mm-hmm.
Estevao is a real good talent and whatever, and Kenji too. I still think, come and show that okay, I better than Madueke, or I better than Kani, or I better than whoever. You understand? Because you can't come and say okay again, I'm on a spot and he ain't look good at all. Cause I mean it's a big jump. The Premier League is not no shit league. It's not a baby league. It's not no South American league where men learn you do what I want to them. You know?
I agree, and that
Yeah.
is why you gotta bet them in slowly. But if you have no spots for them, if it is the fifth choice winger, fifth choice attacking midfielder, then reality is they
Mm-hmm.
ain't gonna get opportunities. So that's all I say. Like I'm not saying they're gonna come and start. I
Yeah.
don't say that at all, but at least let them be the fourth choice. Don't let them be the fifth. Let them come in at least have time to come in on in games probably play 10 minutes, play the conference league. Well, you're not gonna be conference league, thankfully,
Yeah.
hopefully, next season. But at least let them come on and show what they have, show why we paying so much money for them, show why they
True.
they are like the top talents.
You're right.
So
You're
yeah,
right.
that is yeah. But
You're
I
right,
have a
Sam,
question
bro.
for you guys though, before we close off.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right? So we have this goals prevented stat, right?
Right.
So just predicted how many goals our goalkeeper would be expected to concede based on the quality of the shots, right? I guess how you see it. Where is Robert Sanchez on this list? What number?
I don't know.
Is it all Premier League goalkeepers?
All Premier League goalkeepers. So
Hmm.
it had
You want
26 in
to
total.
you want us to guess, or
Yeah,
because as you already know or something?
I already know. I seen
Where
it. Yeah,
Sanchez is 19th.
yeah.
I think he's 22nd.
24th.
Wow.
Yeah,
Jeez.
negative 2.3.
Who is
Jeez.
below him?
Pickford and Sa. And Sa collect 6 for me. So
He
that's
collects
just
six,
unbelievable.
so
Yeah,
yeah,
he
true.
collects 6 and well Everton been collecting goals.
Yeah,
Jeez and boy.
yeah. And
Well
on
we
save percentage, the man 20th with 58.3.
Jeez.
Wow.
Well we know the guy wasn't good boy. But so gosh.
Yeah, but this bad boy,
Yeah, this
jeez.
bad boy. Save one now.
Save something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
save
Save what you
one.
and
expect me to
yeah.
save. Come on.
You see, boy, is just they need to do better on the goalkeeper front because you trying to tell me up to since look how long Courtois leave and up to now we can get it right, boy. Oh gosh, boy. Look how long the man leave.
Yeah, just that
Kepa
one
wasn't good
Mendy.
enough.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mendy one
Mendy had
season.
one good season.
Yeah.
Kepa wasn't
We
good
gotta pick up that
enough.
season, eh? We need to pick up that season
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I
yeah,
think
for
there's
sure, for
four
sure, for
goals
sure.
conceded in Champions League. Crazy.
Yeah, for
Mhm.
sure. But we all know he was just a stopgap, right? Um, Petrovic was just Petrovic. They didn't give him a proper chance. Although we know he's not good enough either. Sanchez is dog shit. Um, and yeah, and we had to wait for to see what's going on with Slovenia. We had to wait to see what's going on with Penders. It's it's just I think that as a lot of bad choices were made on the goalkeeper front.
Yeah, I agree.
Um, we should have, to be honest, the time when we was going for Allison, should have splashed the cash no matter how much and take Allison. Because then we spend more money on Kepa than Liverpool spend on Allison.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
already seen him. Yeah, very close in price, but I think he was out of this.
yeah,
But
we should have
Kepa is the
just
most expensive keeper still, and
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So
yeah.
we should have just go there and splash the cash on Allison because I
yeah.
mean that was the difference for Liverpool in the team.
Ian Van Dijk. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was the difference because they was just missing somebody good in the post and boom, the winner league, the winner Champions League. You understand? So
Yeah.
anyway, so good night everyone. Hope you all enjoyed listening to the podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Brandon, don't forget to like and subscribe. Right? And yeah, we go see you all well, we go talk to you all again next week Tuesday or Wednesday. And hope you all hopefully we got a good result against Bournemouth and you all enjoy the game. So big up all yourself. Fellas, have a good night.
Good night, everyone.
Up the Chels.
Up the Chels.